How you going, everyone? I got a request in the comments section from a subscriber called Bangver7023, I hope I got that right, to speak about oneness, what it is and how deep it goes, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, thanks for the question and I hope this helps. So what is oneness? Well, it is what it sounds. We're all one. The only issue with that is oneness isn't the same as sameness. When I first got into spirituality, I thought the experience of oneness would be, I'm experiencing the world as it is now, as we all are. Then at some point, I don't know, everything would merge into an amorphous mass of light and I'd see oneness everywhere. To be honest, I don't even know what I thought I'd experience. But what I've come to realize is, if you're viewing reality from the materialist Western paradigm, where I'm a person that was born, is living, is going to die, interacting with other people, it's separate people in a separate world, you'll never experience oneness with that paradigm of thinking. Then you might be thinking, well, what other ways are there of thinking? What other paradigms? It seems obvious. Well, in the East, in Eastern philosophy, in Buddhism and Hinduism, their whole foundation of reality is different. Like I said, the Western view of reality is matter came first, and out of matter, consciousness somehow emerged. The East flips it on its head, and what you begin to realize, it's the most obvious explanation. Well, it was in my opinion. They believe consciousness is fundamental. Out of that pure consciousness emanates this so-called world. And that's the paradigm shift you need to recognize to experience oneness. It's not even an experience because it is what it is. It is oneness. You might be saying, yeah, and okay, it's all consciousness, it's all appeared from consciousness, in consciousness, it all still looks the same. It all still looks the same because how else would it appear? Let's put it this way. If you didn't appear as a separate self, if you didn't appear as a person experiencing a world, how would you experience the world? If you want a pure experience of oneness, you have that every night in deep sleep, where there's no subject, no objects, everything blends into a blank. That is the experience of oneness, but that doesn't mean oneness still isn't here and now. And to make this crystal clear, it would be like when you dream at night. In Hinduism, they say this is God's dream. God hasn't become the world. God is appearing as the world. And there's a big difference. Appearing means it never actually becomes what it appears as. Taking it back to the dream example. Also, if you really get into lucid dreaming and dream yoga, this is so beneficial, which is one of the practices in Tibetan Buddhism. They class everything as a dream. That's their daytime practice. To look around in the day and say, this is a dream to themselves. Kind of like a fake it till you make it mentality. Then at night they do things called dream yoga, which is basically lucid dreaming, where you start dreaming and you realize it's a dream. Now, why are these practices so beneficial? Because I did dream yoga and lucid dreaming for quite a bit of time, and it does affect this waking reality. How? When you're in a lucid dream, when you're in a dream and you realize, whoa, this is a dream, I'm actually asleep right now, it dawns on you a few things. You realize, wow, my one undivided mind has the power to appear divided as a subject experiencing an objective world. Also, you start realizing the happy person that I like in the dream is a part of my mind. Also, the angry person is a part of my mind. In other words, everything you're experiencing in a lucid dream, you realize this is all, I'm just interacting with my mind. Different parts of my mind. The nice person, the neutral person, the angry person. Then when you start realizing reality is fractal in nature, that is, if this is God's dream on a bigger scale, and we can simulate what's happening on a bigger scale, on a smaller scale, in our own dreams at night, you start realizing, yes, this is a bigger dream. This is always one. And when you realize the essence of what I am is the essence of what everyone is, you realize it's the same in the smaller dream. You're just interacting with yourself in another form. And that's where the feelings of love, compassion, understanding start slowly being cultivated. You won't just realize oneness and then be perfect. Because why not? Because we've all spent decades of conditioning thinking, I'm a person in a world interacting with other people. I need to avoid them. I need to get things from them. Your mindset is conditioned that way already. So don't expect to realize oneness and be perfect. Realizing oneness is the first step. Keeping that understanding in the back of your mind constantly is the next step. And that guides your actions. As soon as you want to get angry at someone or judge them, the knowledge kicks in. It's all one. It's all me. I should be understanding. How would I want to be treated? What's the golden rule of Christianity? Treat others how you want to be treated. So yeah, realizing oneness is the beginning, but practicing oneness takes time. And the practicing of oneness slowly makes you, as this apparent person, feel better, happier, more open. Why? Because you're becoming aligned with truth. This is the truth. It's all one. It's all the one appearing as many. So when your actions and thinking reflect what's really happening, it feels more natural, open. You feel like, oh, this is how it's supposed to be. Because it is how it's supposed to be. Another thing to realize oneness, I mentioned it in other videos, is realize your true nature. You experience a body. You experience thoughts, feelings. You experience your ego, intellect. Everything you experience can't be you, because it is all known by you. Your essence is pure consciousness, like they say in Buddhism and Hinduism. Consciousness is outside of time. Consciousness is outside of space. It is timeless. It is the timeless that experiences time. It is the dimensionless which experiences dimensions of space. Once you understand this about yourself, that is your true nature. Even then you might not feel one. You might feel like, I'm pure consciousness experiencing a world that's changing. So there still is a separation. But have you ever noticed things of the world can come and go? But what's the one thing if you take from it, it all goes. If you take away consciousness, all experience goes with it. But when there's consciousness, experience can arise and fall in it. In other words, your pure consciousness and the essence of you, pure consciousness, is emanating this world out of you. It's like the sun emanating rays from it. And that's why the essence of you and the essence of apparently what is not you is always one and the same thing. So I hope this explanation helps. And if you've got any more questions, I'm happy to ask them. And I'd just like to say to everyone, thank you so much for liking, commenting, and subscribing. I really appreciate talking about it. And if you appreciate listening, I'm so happy and grateful. Take care, everyone. See ya.